Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Seminar. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. White supremacy is a thing. I don't know who actually made them think that they are superior or they are better and all that. Moral, police, and the rest of it. So Charlie Kirk traveled and he saw, I think he's in Surrey or something like that. And he saw people on the park, with couch outside and all that, reading, relaxing. And the next thing that came to his mouth, if this kind of something is being set up in United States, that they will not break in some states, and those things won't be there anymore. You all know the stereotype already where he is pushing. We continue to catch them because we know who they are talking to. The same people that would not wait till school resumes before they start mass PPing. The same people that will not wait for their children to grow before they start praying. The same people that will see a 2-year-old child and decided to peddle on them. The same people that will see someone with how many felonies and including assault, they will say, Naka, is this person. He wants to talk to my people. Let's get into this video.
Okay, everybody, I'm here in Seoul, South Korea. As you can see, they have these like inflatable cushy chairs. Everyone is reading. This would last about 35 seconds in most American cities. You can have nice stuff. Crime is a choice. We shouldn't put up with it. South Korea doesn't. We shouldn't either. Inflatable cushy chairs. Everyone is reading. This would last about 35 seconds in most American cities. You can have nice stuff. Crime is a choice. We shouldn't put up with it.
So this breathing dickhead with the gums of a fucking titan is in South Korea apparently, and he's filming people in like a park on inflatable sofas hanging out and chilling. And the video is about how you can't do that in America because of the crime. And of course you got his buddy pagan pen pals in the fucking comments talking about, yeah, what's wrong with cracking down on crime? Yada yada yada. South Korea is extremely conservative. All the bullshit they're saying in the comments. But like, do you think that there is nowhere in the United States of America that people can gather around in a field, whether it's with inflatable sofas or tents or anything, hang out? Maybe there's an inflatable screen, they can all watch a movie. There's nowhere crime is so bad in America, or in DC, or in Chicago, or in Detroit, or St. Louis, or New Orleans, or wherever you want to point your finger at. They never want to mention Louisiana and Mississippi with the highest murder rate. And keep that in mind. They never want to mention those red states, right? But there's nowhere where people can do that in America. There's just so much crime. It's blatant lies like that that confuse me as to how he has any type of fucking following. Piedmont Park in Atlanta. People posted up there every day, sun up, chilling, broad daylight. Seen it myself. For the time I live in Florida, hella people outside every day, broad daylight, beaches, shopping centers, plazas, walking around. And that's with the presence of real life gun issues in this fucking country. So it's crazy that guns can be as fucking rampant and out of control as they are in this country. Yet people still have spaces to go outside and safely enjoy themselves time and time again, weekend after weekend after weekend, venue after venue after venue, as if you can't go on social media and see their weekend. It takes you about 10 seconds to look it up. But then he's in South Korea posing as if our country is so out of whack, so unbearable, that this is just over there now. This is just the South Korean thing. They're trying to push this lie and this narrative that crime is so bad in America so that when you see soldiers in your hometown, you're already normalized, and they have the excuse of you're already normalized to it, and they have the excuse of, oh, we're just cracking down on crime so we can do what South Korean people do. Mind you, Donald Trump said that he wants his people, meaning the American citizens, to respond to him as the North Korean people respond to Kim Jong-un. Fuck Charlie Kirk, everything he stands for, every syllable that comes out of his wide-gummed mouth. Since he's so pro-MAGA, they could build fucking 14 deportation centers on his gums alone. Waste of space, waste of oxygen. Wait. Let me get this straight. Let me make sure I understand this. So, Charlie Kirk is a part of the party that is actively screaming that we don't have a gun problem in this country, right? No need for gun legislation, no need for a crackdown. Guns are fine. There's nothing wrong with guns in America, right? That's MAGA, that's Republicans, right? That's Charlie Kirk. But then he's also saying that there's so much dangerous crime going on that you can't even go outside and hang out with your friends and read a book. We shouldn't have to debate dumb shit like this. If you're gonna say that there's so much rampant crime in all these American cities to where people can't even go outside and read a fucking book, at the very least you could also acknowledge the gun problem we have and how many fucking students have been shot at school. No words. No fucking words.
So, unlike this platform, on Threads, you can kind of tell who I am, especially if you click on my profile picture, but it's not super obvious. And earlier today, I made a post, text only, saying, in addition to being a first-class athlete, Taylor Townsend is part of one of the most educated demographics in the United States. That other one is just a sore loser. And a commenter, a white guy, came back with Taylor Townsend isn't Asian. So how about you run those statistics again with master's degrees and doctorate degrees? And you know I'm not going to stand for that. So I came back with, as an Asian American, how about I run statistics for bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, and doctorate degrees on your demographic? And his response was deleted so fast. But it's not the first time on Threads that a white commenter has started to argue with me in a way that makes it clear that they assume I'm black. And that's always a reminder to me how comfortable they are in the assumption that the only people who support black people are black people, and at how comfortably they reach for Asian American identity to weaponize against black Americans. And part of me feels like if you're a white person who's going to pull that garbage, then stand 10 toes down on it. Don't be a coward and delete it when you're called out. On the other hand, part of me is glad that commenter knew well enough to be deeply embarrassed that he had to try to use the education levels of Asian Americans to challenge the education levels of black women because his demographic is too mediocre to even enter the conversation. How comfortably they reach for Asian American identity to weaponize against black Americans.
She's absolutely right. White people are comfortable pitting Asians against black folks, and that's not accidental. That has historically been by their design. Hi, I'm Dr. Scott, Professor of African American Literature and Culture and founder of In-House Scholar. Now let's get into it. In the mid-1960s, mainstream media outlets started pushing a new narrative as Asian Americans as a success story. In January 1966, the New York Times Magazine ran William Peterson's article titled The Success Story of Japanese American Style. That same year, the U.S. News and World Report ran their story called The Success Story of One Minority Group in the U.S., which praised specifically Chinese Americans. Then came Newsweek in 1971 with Success Story, Outwhiting the Whites. After that was another one by the LA Times in 1977 that was titled Japanese in the U.S. Outdo Horatio Alger. All of this wasn't random. It was a media pattern. The U.S. News article published in December 1966 just spells it out. First paragraph alone. At a time when Americans are awash in worry over the plight of racial minorities, Black Americans fighting for civil rights, One such minority, the nation's 300,000 Chinese Americans, is winning wealth and respect by dint of its own hard work. Translation: they're not asking for our help or any handouts, so why are the blacks asking for civil rights? Next paragraph on the other side. What you find back of these remarkable group of Americans is a story of adversity and prejudice that would shock those now complaining about the hardships endured by today's Negroes. Translation: Asian Americans succeed quietly, but Black Americans are complaining, and we don't like that. Now let's keep in mind, that article came out just 1 year after the Moynihan Report of 1965. That report, formerly titled The Negro Family, The Case for National Action, was written by Daniel Patrick Moynihan, a social scientist working for the U.S. Department of Labor, who later became a U.S. Senator. Moynihan blamed Black poverty not on racism or discrimination, but on so-called broken homes, weak men, and matriarchal families. So within 1 year, you had the U.S. government pathologizing Black Americans and the media uplifting Asian Americans as the model alternative. Together, these narratives argued Black people don't need civil rights or systemic change. They needed to fix themselves. As scholars have long pointed out, the model minority concept was only crafted to support a reactionary ideology to push back against civil rights, Black power, and progressive social programs. The model minority stereotype wasn't about celebrating Asian Americans. It was about weaponizing their story to undermine Black struggle and to defend white supremacy. That's the model minority myth. Not praise, but propaganda. Not unity, but division. That is a tool to keep marginalized groups competing instead of collectively fighting for justice.
This is all I got from this video. Why is it that every community, all of them, everybody's throwing shade at people that look like me, you know? These are the people that are in their own community. A whole lot is going on. See, I have never ever seen people that are still a work in progress, but want to tell you that you haven't even started. It's almost like the same thing. You see, Charlie Kirk, I don't know. I know he's being paid, for all the propaganda and all the things he does and says about people that look like me. But there are sometimes I sit down and I am like, what does he get from all this hate? Like all this energy he pushes out? Because for me, this is stupid. This is a whole, senseless. That every day, all I do is push out. I will never push out bad energy to another community, except when I see the things that they are doing to my own people that I am analyzing. And I am not pushing bad energy. It is also me telling them this is what you people are doing that is not okay and shouldn't be happening. Right? But every day, with that his sorry ass bad black gum, and I don't know, with all the money he hasn't even gone to see a dentist. I'm sorry to start. And I thought by now he might have done head surgery because that head is bigger than his body, But I will leave it. That is why the head is still empty. Because if the head is not empty, he won't be saying some certain things he's saying and be doing some certain things he does too. So, yeah. And then Asian Americans. Okay. I really do have a whole lot to say about Asians, but I think I have said majority of the things that I would like to tell them because Asian Americans, I don't know. You see the model minority that everybody. I talked about it in some of my videos and all that. I have never seen. I know that. Sorry, I am digressing. I know that the woman wasn't talking about the black woman talked about model minority, right? How they always put each other, put black people and them against each other and all that. But it's only a stupid person that somebody would tell you that black people are this and that, but you are saying the same thing they are doing to black people. They are doing it to you, but you are not ignoring. You are ignoring what is going on in your community. But black people are the ones that you need to focus on for no reason, sending bad energy to them for no reason. When you are a minority too, your community is almost going the same thing black people are going through. I mean, they made them understand that they are better, or they feel like they are actually better than black people because Asian woman also has said it. that they are being told that they are better than black people. You know, their skin color makes them feel like proximity to whiteness kind of makes them like, you know, they are equal to that. But man, white people do not care. Because when they look at you, they know. Even me, once I look at you, I know. You know? So I feel like, I mean, time it's moving fast. It's 2025. A lot is happening. People are reading, people are learning, people are deconstructing. But some people choose to remain where they have been all these years. I don't know why they refuse to like step up. But I cannot step up for you people, not until you all wake up and say, it is time for us to step up. When it comes to matters that is affecting that, they will never come out because it is not in their culture to speak out. It is not in their culture to be noisy. It is always in their culture to be quiet. No matter what is happening to you, swallow it. Like, for how long do you want to continue to swallow? You continue to swallow, your head will become bigger. Your eyes will become bulky, you know? Speak up. Nobody will die. Black people are not your enemy. You know who your oppressor is. We have black people and you have the same oppressor. Not until you all wake up and start doing the right thing. Some people are doing the right thing. I am not saying some people are not doing the right thing, but I am majority talking to the people that are not doing the right thing. I will draw the curtain here. Bye for now.